We are going to have a bit of a fun one today, a three-way comparison between Andrea Presti, Theo Leguerrier, and Tonio Burton. These three studs all were Olympians last year. As we look, in fact, at the competitors list last year, there was a good percentage of the guys that placed 16th or less. Now let us zoom in on that list. And as you can see, there was Andrea Presti. He placed 16th or less. Theo Leguerrier, or Leguerrier, however you pronounce it. I'd like to pronounce it the way a Theo would like me to pronounce it, but having said that, there was also Tonio Burton. So between the three of these guys, they are the only ones that have re-qualified out of the bunch. So I thought it might be interesting to have a comparison with these three studs from the Olympia. First of all, to see who actually won, in my opinion, that is. But we are also going to take a look at their most recent versions. Well, not really their most recent, but their winning versions. I think it'll be the most recent for Andrea Presti and Theo. But I think, yes, Tonio Burton competed after this. But this is the New York Pro. This is where he won his pro card, his ticket to the Olympia. So we're going to take a look at the improvements, not only who's winning between these guys, but more importantly, the improvements they have made from back here at the Olympia to their most recent versions. Now, going off these pictures here, I would say Theo Leguerrier, he's your best guy in this shot, in the front double. Best balance, arms, legs, midsection, overall flow, triceps, biceps, things of that nature. And his conditioning seems to be maybe the best. All three gentlemen are pretty conditioned, I would say. They're no slouches, that's for sure. Probably give an edge to Andrea Presti over Tonio Burton, to be honest with you fellers. Now, here is the improvements. Tonio Burton. Well, first of all, get ahead of myself. First of all, the picture of Theo sucks. It's a terrible picture. It's blurry. Does not look like he has improved at all. But Andrea Presti, he looks like he's more conditioned. He's drier. Might be bigger. But Tonio Burton again. Holy old Toledo 11. Every single inch of this guy is improved. And in my estimation, judges love improvement. Here's a picture of Theo Leguerrier, a good clean one. So this gives you an impression of the condition maybe that he will be bringing to the Olympia. I'm sure all three guys expect to be more improved from these versions. But this is, like I said, they're winning versions, and all three guys look pretty improved. Theo Leguerrier, this is the French pose punch. Whoop. Tried to hit Tonio. I don't know, guys. This is going to be maybe a Tonio Burton pose. Considering that I was giving the back at the Olympia to Theo and maybe Tonio for third, that is crazy. So look for Tonio Burton maybe to place ahead of both of these guys. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the first pose. That's one pose. Go to the next one. Unfortunately, we don't have all of the shots. Gets tricky when you try to do three-way comparisons. Couldn't find a front lat spread for, guess who? Andrea Presti. And that's strange because he's awesome in that shot. Again, using these shots, the pictures, keep in mind, you got to have live streams, or if you're there, that's your best bet. But judging by these, Theo looks like, again, the best balance, upper, lower body. Condition looks good. Tonio, he wasn't in the best condition at the Olympia. Love Tonio. He's awesome. One of my favorites, but he wasn't at his best here at the Olympia. Andrea Presti, he's got maybe the best frame, overall structure, hanging hamstring, things of that nature. I think Theo's right there with him. But the upper body, the expansion of that big man's chest, I mean, Andrea Presti, he's probably going to get it. Here is their recent versions. The Mr. Big, who's that the big man? I think that's the Mr. Big. And the big man. I don't know. Either which way. It's the New York Pro for Tonio Burton, and he looks luxuriously improved. Look at that. That is impressive. I mean, Theo was kind of too much for him at the Olympia. My opinion, going off pictures. But here, it looks like Tonio is getting Theo. And Andrea, I don't know. I think he's the same. Which is good. Hey, he's good. But I don't know. I would wager to say that Tonio Burton might have your best shot of getting a higher place because of how much he improved from last year. You can't tell condition without looking at the back. And this is your best, pitchers to see who the best conditioned man is. And I would say it's Andrea Presti. I would say Presti, hamstrings, glutes, things of that nature. The back itself appears to be the most separated. Tonio, like I said, guys, little layer of water compared to the other guys, but he has it going on as far as the back's concerned. His back probably the exact same size of Presti's, actually very similar, but on a much smaller frame. It equals a bigger, better back. Here is their recent versions. Wow, Theo, a little underwhelming in the back lat. He's conditioned, so right there he gets thumbs up in my opinion. Tonio Burton, he's not going to be as dry as these other two guys, although he is improving on that aspect. And when you tighten it up, it really brings out the muscles of those traps, things of that nature. So he does, in fact, have the best back. But it depends on what you're looking for. You're looking for a condition. Andrea Presti's your man. And he is very wide, as is Tony. And I'm going to be mean to Theo and probably give him a third place as far as the back lat's concerned. Here is the Olympia. Ba-ba-bum. Theo's back is his weak point. It's his weak point. All bodybuilders have weak points. Mine is my everything. You know what I'm saying? Andrea Presti, this is an awesome shot for him. Look at the silhouette. Look at that silhouette. But Tonio, all condition aside here, he has your best X-frame, lower, upper body, the best lat insertions. It's just your best back double bi. It's just an incredible shot. But who's winning? I think they'd probably give it to Presti due to the condition edge. And yes, Theo's probably drier in the glutes, hamstrings than Tonio, but the back versus back, Tonio's flattening him. Not the case for Andrea, so probably your best overall guy in the shot. Here is the Olympus for Theo. The Mr. Big, not the big man for Andrea Presti. Look at how peeled Presti is. He impresses me. The overall silhouette for Theo, not the best, but here you can see close up, this guy is more conditioned than some of the pan-back pictures would have us believe. He is bringing it, as they say. Tonio, again, he brings the best balance in this shot, the most aesthetically pleasing. Look at Andrea's lats. Look at that. I think he might have Tonio's number in the both back shots, but it is very difficult to say. Again, it's a toss-up, and Theo, he's right there with the condition of Andrea. It seems anyway. It didn't seem like that in the rear lat spread, but personally, I'd give it to Presti. But Tonio, he's a close second. No abs and thigh, most muscular. And it may be one of the only shots from the Olympia that I would give to Tonio Burton over Theo. So I would probably give Theo the overall victory from the Olympia version over Tonio Burton, which surprises me. I am very impressed with Tonio Burton's physique. It's more of a conditioning issue, probably. Tonio didn't really nail his conditioning at the Olympia like he did previous or like he did after. So hopefully we get to see that peeled Tonio that we've seen at the New York Pro. Now, Presti, I would give the victory over both of these guys. His structure, it pushes him into victories such as this in the most muscular. I mean, come on, guys. Look at the size of him. Plus some peel in the abs, things of that nature. He is getting an easy win. So Olympia, first Andrea, second Theo, and third for Tonio Burton, with all due respect, guys. But then you show me these versions, and it is definitely not the same outcome. I might even give the victory, the overall victory, to Tonio Burton. The more conditioned he was here at the New York, I mean, you can see it in the wheels, the abs. Everything seems to be more etched out of stone, and it just doubles the aesthetic edge that he had anyway. I mean, he's got the best physique out of them all, in my opinion. That's, aesthetics are a personal preference. Some people like Theo Leguerrier. All three of these guys built pretty well. Theo might even have the best balance between the two. Condition, aesthetics, complete. And Andrea Presti, he could win on sheer size and conditioning alone. But using these three versions, might even go with Tonio, guys. So look for Tonio to get out of that 15th or less. Or 16th. Or higher, I guess. You get a higher placing. Worse placing than 16th. But I am sure all three of these guys will be gunning for a 15th, 14th, 13th, even get into that top 10, I'm sure. But there's a lot of other guys. You got Ross Flanagan, whole bunch of other guys. I mean, Roman Fritz is going to be there, Regan Grimes. Going to be a lot of guys. But these three dudes do not fall into that 16th position again this year, either one of them. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Let me know who you think's going to win this year between these three guys. These are undercards, I guess you could call it, compared to your Nick Walkers, your Samson Daudas. But these are just as exciting, almost as exciting. They're almost as exciting as the number one guys. Hit thumbs up, subscribe. Have a nice one.